guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to take a look at how we can create a pop-up in a Canvas app using PowerApps. Okay, so this is just going to be how you can create some sort of a notification to a user when they've done something, they've clicked on a wrong button. You know, just your normal everyday pop-up. I'm going to make this kind of simple today, just to kind of show you how to do it. Okay, so if we flip over here to this little simple app that I've created, let me just go ahead and play it to show you what it is. It's just a drop down here that has red or blue, and then what we want to happen is when we click the OK button, when this is set to something other than blue, we only have blue and red here. We want to have a little pop-up here show for the user. Okay, so the same technique can be used for different items that you want to show or hide on a form. You know, you don't have to just use it for a pop-up, but I think the best illustration of this is to use it for a pop-up. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to create our little pop-up box here. So what I'm going to do, the first thing is I'm going to add a little rectangle here. I'm going to slide that in. This is going to make our pop-up here. Let me just go ahead and center that up. And we want the fill on that to be white there. And then I'm going to set the border to 2. I want a little border on the outside of it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add let's go ahead and add another rectangle on the top here, and we'll this will be our header, just like on the main screen here. And then we'll go ahead and add a label here. Let's just send that down there. And we'll call this, we're just going to say not blue for our header. And we're going to make that text white as well. There we go. So we have our kind of our little pop-up here. Now what we want to do is we want to put our text here in our pop-up. So let's go ahead and create our, slide this over. And we'll go ahead and kind of size this up like how we'd want it. Maybe make it like that, maybe make it a little smaller. And then the text here, we just wanted to say the drop down is not blue. Okay, and that'll be the text of our text there. Let me center that up, and I want that text to be centered like that. Okay, so the other thing we need to do is let's go ahead and add a button to this. So let's go and we'll add a button on there. Shrink that down a little bit. There we go. And on the button here, we're just going to say OK. All right. So now what we've done, we've constructed our pop-up box. This is what we're going to want it to look like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add some action to it. So we really want that pop-up to show when the OK button is pressed. So right now it's showing all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a variable. And we're going to use that variable to manipulate the visible property on the form, okay? So let's take a look at that. And really what I want to do first here is I'm going to go ahead and group these together. So I'm going to kind of lasso all of these, and I'm just going to group these together just so this behaves as one group here. So what I want to do here is on the actual form, I'm going to click on the Advanced tab, and then on Visible, when this form becomes visible, I want to set a variable. So I'm going to set variable called popup, and I'm going to set it to false because when the form loads, I don't want the pop-up to show, and I'm only going to show the pop-up when pop-up variable is true. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set pop-up to false, and then what I want to do here is on this actual group here, this pop-up. Let me flip back over here. So on this actual group, there should be a visible property here. So visible, so I only want it visible when the pop-up variable is equal to true. Okay, so that's going to cause the pop-up to kind of go away. So see right there, as soon as I set that, that's going to go away. So what's going to actually set this to true or false now is if we click on the OK button, the on select, what we're going to do is we want to check to see if this drop down is blue or red, or we're just going to say if it's not blue, we're going to show this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use an if statement to do that. So we're going to say if, and that's going to be drop down 1 is the name of that. I didn't rename it. Drop down 1 dot selected dot value there is equal to or let's say is not equal to blue. So then what are we going to do if it's not equal to blue? So what we're going to do is we're going to set our pop-up variable to true, right? So that's going to, and then I'm not going to put an else side of this actual if statement. Normally there's an else, but I'm just not going to put the else side there. So basically what this is going to do, when I press the OK button down here, it's going to check to see what the value of this is, and if it's not blue, it's going to set the pop-up value to true, which then should show our little pop-up here, okay? So let's go ahead and play this and let's see how this is going to work. So we're going to red, let's go ahead and say OK, and so now we have our pop-up here, the drop down is not blue, but I don't have anything happening with my OK variable there, okay? So let's go ahead and fix this back now. So when this OK button is selected, what we want to do is we're going to set our pop-up variable to false. All right. So now, if we go ahead and play that again, now when we say OK, pop-up variable goes back to false, and it's going to disappear. So we've got one other problem we need to deal with here on this. So let's go ahead and, so it's still red. I'm going to say OK. And so notice, now I have the OK button in the pop-up here, but I can still click behind here and I can change stuff. If I had other things on my form that I could get to, I could still make changes. So let's fix that. So what we can do here is, let me go ahead and we'll hit Alt button and set that to OK, so that makes it disappear. What we can do is we can add a little rectangle here, and I want this to cover the whole thing here. So we're going to cover this whole piece. And on this rectangle, I'm going to change its color. I'm going to change, let's make it kind of a gray color. And what you can do is you can adjust this alpha here, and let's just put a 50 in there, and that'll basically let us see through it there. And so what we want to do is we want to show this when pop-up is true as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set this on visible property. So let's go down to visible, and we're going to say we're going to show when pop-up equals true. Okay, so that's going to be visible. Now I'll show you one other issue we're going to have to deal with. So let's go ahead and play this. We're still red when we say OK. We're here, but see how this is covering everything, so it's not going to let us click that button. It does guard us from clicking anything on the screen at this point now. So what we need to do is we need to put that rectangle just behind the pop-up so we can only not click on the stuff that's actually on the form, okay? So let's see how we're going to do that. So if we come back here and let's go ahead and take a look, that rectangle is here, so we actually want to move that rectangle behind this group here. So let's go ahead and go to the reorder, and let's go send backwards, and now we're back here, and let's go see, now we got the button, so I want to pull it back a little bit more. I'm going to send backwards again, and we're going to go backward one more time. Keep going until we get behind I want to get behind this whole list here. Sitting backwards. All right, so you see now our entire list is backwards. So let's go ahead and play this again, and we're going to say OK. So again, if we choose blue, we're going to hit OK. Nothing's going to happen. If we choose red now and hit OK, we have our pop-up, and now we can't click on anything on our form behind it, but we can still click on our OK button, which is going to make that little pop-up disappear. Okay, so like I said, today was just a real simple video on how you can create a pop-up, and you can use this same sort of technique to show or hide really anything you want to on a form. Let's use the pop-up because it's an easy way to do it. So you can use this technique for a lot of different things. So be sure to understand how to use that variable and mess around with that on visible property there, and you can do a lot of stuff here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me on the distribution of this video. Also, I put out a video about once a week on some Dynamics topic or a PowerApps topic, some sort of D365 type topic. So feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. Okay, so again, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.